Hello students, welcome in the class of digital communications. In the last two video lectures we have already seen that what is the meaning of a line code as well as what is the definition or what is the meaning of power spectral density. To do fast recap, again I am reiterating in front of you that power spectral density means the distribution of the power of the signal with respect to frequency, right? This we want to study. And what we are doing in line code, if you see in line code, we are first we are having our digital signal. For example, that digital signal will be in the form of 101010, like this, like these can be the bits. And now what we are doing, we have to provide them a pulse, because without pulse these bits cannot travel, these numbers cannot travel into the channel. Ultimately we have to provide them some waveforms. Means 1 should be provided by a waveform and 0 should be provided by a waveform, and these waveform can travel into the channel. So we can provide the waveform. For example, pt can be the waveform, and the method of providing the waveform to each bit is basically nothing but it is a line code. Or we can say that whatever the outcome we will get, it will be the coded signal. It will be the coded signal. Means we are providing the waveform to every bit. So it is nothing but it is a type of coding, that you are basically changing the form of these bits 1010. You are changing these form, or you are representing these bits with the help of a certain pulse shape or certain waveform. So basically this is nothing but the coding, and more specifically it can be named as a line coding, because you are preparing your bit, you are preparing your bit to go into the channel successfully, right? So that's why I'm saying that it is a type of coding. And why we are saying it is line coding, because you are preparing, by this method you are preparing your bit so that these bits can travel into the channel successfully, right? And I have already told you that there are many types of formats, or many types of line coding you can use. For example, you can use an RZ format, you can use RZ format, or you can use a split phase coding, right? Split phase type of coding. So ultimately you can provide, for example, if you are using polar coding, polar RZ type of format, then you know that I can provide I can represent 1 by pt and 0 by minus pt, right? So this is the thing that you are providing the pulse shape to these bits, but in a certain fashion, in a certain, with the help of certain rule, right? And this is nothing but, and outcome is nothing but will be the line coded output, line coded. This is the thing, right? So ultimately we will get a line coded output. For example, this is your xt, this is your input signal, this is your input signal. This is just, for example, I'm taking here the xt can be your input signal. Then you can provide a pulse shape pt to this xt, this is a pulse shape. And then you can get a output signal, output signal, right? After doing this operation, and that output signal can be named as yt, and this can be your line coded signal. It can be your line coded signal. So we'll do analysis in terms of xt, pt, and yt, and we have already seen what is the meaning of power, spectral density, and line code. So now we know that we have to analyze different type of line codes. So the parameter on which we'll try to analyze this parameter is PSD. So we'll calculate the power spectral density of each and every line code. This is the concept. Now, if you're coming to the mathematical derivation, then I have already told you that the theme of the concept, but now we have to derive all the things mathematically. You should know that how we can calculate the power spectral density of a line code. So to do that, we have to do some mathematical analysis. So here you can see that, for example, this here we are considering a pulse shape PT. This we are considering a pulse shape PT, right? And definitely if you are having number of bits 1 1 0 1 0 1, any arbitrary bit sequence, you can see that here we are having number of bits. So to represent these number of bits, you need not you just not need a single pulse, but you need a pulse train. You need a pulse train, right? You need many pulses to represent these 1 0 1 0 1 0 successfully. So you can see here that I can represent this pulse by pt, and the pulse train can be represented simply by pt minus ktb, right? So pulse train can be simply represented as pulse pt minus ktb, where tb is bit period and k is a number which can vary from minus infinity to infinity, right? So for example, if you're putting k is equal to 0, so it will become pt. It will become pt. But if you'll put k is equal to 1, then this will become pt minus tb. So this will be the first pulse. This is the zeroth pulse, where you can see that this is the t pt, and after tb time you can have, for example you are having like this. This will be the pulse t minus tb, and then again you can have pulse here and you can have pulse here. Then this whole thing can be summarized as the pulse train, which can be pt minus ktb. Now what you will do, you will multiply this pulse train by a certain amplitude, certain bit, because each and every pulse will be multiplied by a single bit. So for example, if you are putting k is equal to 0, then this will become pt, and if k is equal to 0, then you can say that this is a k is equal to 0th bit. K is equal to 0th bit, right? Or you can say that the amplitude strength of this bit is 1, and this bit can be represented by k is equal to 0. So for example, generally we can represent this is like ak. AK is the strength of the input signal xt. So strength is what? 1 0 1 1 0 1. This is the strength of the signal. So for example, if you are putting k is equal to 0, then it will become a naught. It will become a naught, and the value of a naught is what? 1. Similarly, you can put k is equal to 2. K is equal to 1, then it will become a1, and a1 is nothing but is equal to 0, right? So what you will do, you will multiply this pulse pt to 1 to 0 to 1 to 1 to 0 to 1, like to every bit. So what I am considering here, because pulse pt is for k is equal to 0, and to represent all those values of k, what we will do, we will represent this from minus infinity to infinity, so it will become a pulse train. So to get the output signal yt, that is a line coded signal yt, what I will do, I will multiply simply ak to p of t minus k tb. This is as simple as that, right? ak to p of t minus k tb, and definitely at the last we have to put a summation sign where k will be ranged to minus infinity to infinity. So this can be the output signal, and that same signal you can see here, it is written yt is equal to k is equal to minus infinity to infinity summation of ak pt minus ktb. I have already told you the objective of this lecture is what? We have to see the derivation or the derived form of every relationship, because these all relationships we have already seen in the previous lecture. So now today I have to represent every equation with the detailed explanation. So you can see here how we are representing output of, it means output signal yt, right? And tb is the spacing between pulses, or you can say it is a bit duration. Okay. Now if you see the next slide, then you can see that here we have to find out the power spectral density of a line code which we are studying here. The line code is what? It is yt. It is a general concept. Now in the further future explanations, will be more specific towards any particular code, for example on of rz code, or on of nrz code, or bipolar code, or polar rz code. So today we are doing a general discussion. So it is a general code yt, and we have to calculate the PSD of this yt. So ultimately today we'll find out the methodology how we can find out the line code of any